Hello and welcome to MGP279. I'm Kev, and with me this week, there's Sheepdog and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello.
And hello to anybody new listening who came over here from the extensive MGP conversation we had on this week's live stream. People were I realised I probably should talk about this podcast a little more often. We had about a 10-minute chat on it on my stream last night, and the majority of the people who were there had no idea I did a podcast. So, hello if you're new. This is what usually Anna's here, but this is the podcast. How are we all on this fine week?
Yeah, very, very good.
I'm all right. We're okay.
Only all right, Pab?
Yeah.
Today's the week that you got a Christmas present in the post from your favourite podcast co-host.
I told you not
You're
to.
only all right.
I did tell you not to. And
Yeah,
you did
but...
anyway, because you're nice like that.
I'm
I
a
never
lovely
knew
man.
that you said not to. I thought we were obligated to.
Well, you were obligated. They didn't even get you one, Sheepdog. As I explained to you at the time, he sent you a card and I got you a present to go with it, so I felt bad for you.
Yeah.
So Pab owes you a present now, if anything.
I don't think mine's arrived yet anyway.
No?
Right.
Post takes a bit while longer in this time
I
of
suppose
year.
it's harder going uphill.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
probably rolled all the way down on his bicycle from Bolton to Deeping.
Exactly. It's a long way.
Are we all excited and ready for Christmas? Ready for Santa? Is this our last show before Christmas? Next weekend?
It is.
Week on Monday.
Are we doing a show next week?
I think we probably could do.
I was kind of asking Sheepdog, who's always doing other stuff.
Well, I'm going away the next day, so...
So you need something to listen to on the way, so we'll do a podcast.
Yeah, if we're not doing one, let me know, because then I could probably go the night
No, we are.
of the...
There you go. Pab said we are, and Pab's in charge these days.
Odds are we ain't going to do one the week after. I know the way you
Why
guys.
is that the 29th?
That'll be Pab. That's going to be the only week this year where I'll have actually played some video games, and you're telling me we're not allowed to do a podcast.
No,
What video games are you getting for Christmas?
I probably won't get any games for Christmas, but I'm arranging myself a week off, so I'll actually have the time to play some games. I won't be entering this garage apart from to record the podcast that week. So I'll play Persona 5 probably, and what else have I missed this year? Mass Effect came out this year, didn't it? I'll play a bit of that. What else has been out this year that we sat on the shelf somewhere?
Stuff.
WWE 2K18.
Assassin's Creed.
No, come on now.
You used to like them games.
Yeah, 4 games ago. Then they got boats in them, and I don't play them anymore.
You're in a desert this time, so there's no boats this time.
There's a great big river going through it. We've had this conversation using opposite talk previously when I moaned.
The boats. They're like little rowing boats. They're not.
The 20 minutes of this that I played at Insomnia or EGX or wherever it was that I played Assassin's Creed, the only thing they had on the demo at that event was going on a boat. That was how they showcased this game. If they're showcasing their game set in the desert with a boat level, that means boats are still integral to this franchise, and I'm not interested. So Assassin's Creed can bite me. Plus, what's happened to Desmond? Is he still about? Did the world end? Nobody knows. Assassin's Creed, my eye.
I don't know who Desmond is, so.
I'm lost.
Oh, that Desmond.
Yeah, Desmond off Lost. He's still running up and down in a stadium watching Jack.
Is he?
He had to press a button to stop the world from ending, didn't he?
He did.
That Desmond was a good Desmond.
All Desmonds. Have you ever met a bad Desmond?
Lynham?
He was the best Desmond. For goodness sake!
He did very well at uni, though, did he?
Well, as I was saying though, were there any other games this year? I almost bought PlayerUnknown's Battleground again today. Then I remembered I don't like online games, so I put it back. Well, actually, no, I did. I picked it up in game just to have a look at the back of the box. Anna was over the other side of game looking at the PlayStation stuff, as she always does. But I think she has some kind of sixth sense that he's picked up a game box, because as I put it back down on the shelf, she was the other side of it, just going, "No, you won't play it."
Yeah, she's probably right.
So I'm not allowed that. But I think, no, a week of playing Persona 5, and then if I finish it, Mass Effect, Andromeda, then that sounds like a decent week to me.
Is Andromeda worth finishing, Pab?
No.
I would suggest for my business model, it's worth starting because EA is still expecting my review.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to post-date it.
Yeah, definitely.
I never finished it. To be fair, I never got past the first what's or something.
Lazy dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting Telltale Games, the Guardians of the Galaxy. So what are they called? They look after the universe. What are they called? But yeah, no, I'm getting their game.
I forgot that even existed. Forget this Persona and Mass Effect nonsense. Buy that on Steam now and start playing it.
But the season 2 of Batman as well, Kev.
I haven't finished. I only played the first episode of season 1.
Oh,
I've got all these Telltale games to play. There you go.
I've got season 1 sat on top of my PS4. I don't know why I asked for the PS4 unless it wasn't on the Xbox.
Yeah.
PS4 hasn't been on in over a year, so it's just been sat there on top of it. So I should play that, and then Kev's just reminded me I own Persona 4, so maybe I could play that.
You should play that. And then hopefully by about March, we'll be able to do our annual Games of the Year thing that we normally do at this time of year. But I mean, unless I'm able to vote for just Football Manager, I can't participate this year. I got my Xbox year in review email today, and my top 5 games, because of what I've become, I've got less than 1,000 achievements this year. I used to get more than that a day back in my achievement hunting days. But my top 5 games of the year were FIFA 17, FIFA 18, the 2 Zuma games that are on EA Access because Anna played them for about 2 weeks with Andy because he loved them, and the WWE 2K18 that I've played 3 times, and that was 5th on my list.
I went to make a blog article saying what my best 10 games of the year were, and whilst I have definitely played more than 10 games, like new games, I mean, I couldn't find more than 5 that I felt were worthy of it. I thought I can't put Mass Effect on it when everyone rips it, and I've not really played very much of it. It was very difficult to write. This year's not been bad for gaming, but it hasn't been...
It's been one of the best for a long time.
Yeah, we've been complaining for years about how bad gaming has been pretty much since this console generation started. This has been the first year where I've not really complained about that.
Yeah,
but it's also been a year where I just haven't had time to do any of it. So there is a lot that I need to go back through and play.
Yeah.
It's just...
Although, what I was going to say was it has been a good year. It's not been a great year for timing it, but also it's been a big year for games being a letdown.
What's been a letdown this year then?
Off the top of my head, I'm thinking that people have been upset with Mass Effect. People have been upset with Battlefront. They've been upset with Destiny this past couple of weeks, haven't they, Pab? The whole paywall debacle. Yeah, some colleagues.
People were unhappy because they put content behind the DLC that was there in the main game, so they put it back. So they went, whoa, hang on a minute. Yeah, so they went, right, okay, we'll put it back.
I wish I'd kept the article in my drafts because I could have then gone down it. I can't think what else bleeding came out. Gave 3 titles. I think that's enough to say, there's a pattern there. It's a triangle. I just kind of thought a lot of these I didn't really get very far in because I didn't really think they were all that. That wasn't exactly groundbreaking.
No, I've heard many people say it's not really. There's not much difference to the original, and
I was excited about that, and it was very samey.
Yeah.
I was telling Pab before the show, Kev, that my wife was asking me what I wanted for Christmas, and I was looking down a load of games and stuff to read, and I thought I've got a massive pile of shame, so I don't really want any more books yet. I thought I don't want any more games. Just going to sit on the side. So I've created my own game by investing money in the very dubious and volatile cryptocurrency fad that's happening at the moment, because already I'm just looking at my phone constantly wondering what's going to happen with it. Am I going to lose everything? Is it going to go up a $5?
Wow.
Nobody knows. That's become my new game.
All geniuses invest when something is at its peak, don't they?
Well, this one isn't at its peak. It's
its highest ever. That's what a peak is.
Yeah,
I didn't invest in Bitcoin. I'm not a gazillionaire, you fool. I had to buy a Bitcoin and then transfer it into the new one that I'm looking at, which is called, it's and I can't XRP, I think is the name of the coin. It's the one that's everyone's banging on about at the moment. So I just went, well, hey, have some money.
You're a strange person, aren't you?
I just wanted something that was going to actually excite me. The risk of losing not that much money, to be honest. I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that there isn't much of a buzz to it.
Buy more then. That's the key. Just take out a loan. Take out a 20 grand loan and invest all that in it if you want some buzz. You'll be buzzing then.
Right now, I've got $75. I'm hoping that I can. My hope is that if it follows the pattern that every expert supposedly thinks it will, then I should spin it up to enough to just buy a Switch with all the games I want. That's my hope. Sit and wait till it's Switch money.
Hey.
Then I feel like a goddamn genius.
Wow. I mean, my Bitcoin. Well, I don't have a whole Bitcoin, my fraction of a Bitcoin. You told me to look at it earlier this week. And it was last time I looked at it about 3 years ago, I had a negligible amount. It was now up to a grand total of £18 as of this week. So
you said it was like 4p before, so that's quite sizable. That's quite a big jump.
Yeah, but that was accidentally getting hold of it when it was. I mean, this was when we were all thinking, it's not the time to invest in Bitcoin. It's hit £300 a Bitcoin now. It's never going to be this high again.
Yeah, that's why I've just gone for one that was 50.
Yeah,
but 96.
And as of right now, it's 13,200. Let's see what my £18 is worth. £19 now.
A tenner. I'll just cash out on a grand and jump. Oh, actually, I'd be a bit of a fool if it got that far, wouldn't I? I suppose that's the problem I've already started to feel. At what point do I want to drop it? I don't even know.
Switch is what you wanted.
Yeah,
that's why you did it.
Yeah, that's probably right.
You could.
But when I'm one of those fools you remember when they say like the guy who bought a pizza with a load of Bitcoin spent like 200 Bitcoin on a pizza, and now that pizza would be worth more than 5 houses. And
well, then you do my old poker method. That when I wanted to cash out of poker, which always meant I'd have to downgrade to a cheaper buy-in, I would always decide what I wanted to buy and then get my bankroll up to double that and then cash out half of it and then carry on with the other half. So get up to 600 quid, cash out the money for your Switch, then you've made a profit, you got your Switch for free, and the rest of it, there's just free money that you can leave in until you can buy a house or something or an island.
500 so I could buy all the Switch games as well, all the ones I want anyway. So a grand.
Get up to a grand, cash out half, and then the rest of it was just a freebie that you got when you got that free Switch.
Yeah, and then I'd just be demanding everybody invest in Ripple.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to create my own cryptocurrency called Raspberry Ripple and just, steal all the...
Well, that should be your farming app or something for it. That would be the...
Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
This one's a weird one.
There you go. I mean, if you could get a way for us to set up our Raspberry Pis, just earning us ripples, and call it Raspberry Ripple, you would become a millionaire overnight with that kind of. That's marketing gold. We'll all finally have something to do with these Raspberry Pis we've all got because we're nerds. I've got about 6 of them that I've nicked from work over the years.
Yeah, you know what? The thing there is. Just to start all the fads and talk and all the articles saying that Raspberry Pis are now worth thousands because they can be used to mine Raspberry Ripple. So if any ex-teachers offer you a Raspberry Pi, bite their hand off at 20 grand. Because one thing I learned quite quickly is the ones making the money out of this are the people who charge you like 10 quid to exchange Bitcoins into something else and all that sort of thing. They're the real money-making genius eyes.
There you go, then. I look forward to converting a corner of my garage into my Ripple station with all my Raspberry Pis over there.
Yeah.
Have we played any video games this week then, or are we just doing a We're from the Internet episode for no reason?
Well, you filled 15 minutes with that, so...
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, I was out at work in the week, and actually, I went to leave, and my boss insisted we all just talk about random things about ourselves, and then use that as a reason to tell everyone about We're from the Internet, and said it was like the best thing ever, and we should do more of it. And I was like, well, we stopped at 100. Did I message you? Because it was like 2 a.m, and I was going to message you, and then I thought, no, I better not. But I was going to suggest that I'm booking time off. We should do some more.
Well, I've got those 9 days we just talked about. Anna will love that. I'm having my first time off in 2 years, and I use it to sit in the garage and record podcasts. The cameras aren't on. It's not YouTube.
You should just say to her, look, I booked some time off, and I'm spending it with Sheepdog.
Yeah, I don't think that would go down very well.
Although the time I booked off is after your time off anyway, because I didn't know you were booking time off.
My boss won't let me have time off any other time. This was the only week they allowed. They studied the analytics and realised no one watches YouTube that week anyway.
Is that true?
It's a little bit of that. The figures go down over Christmas, and plus the advertising rates drop off massively as soon as Christmas is out of the way. So that's why I'm putting out 4 videos a day at the moment. And then I need a rest afterwards when the figures drop down a bit. Is that already?
I bought my wife's presents earlier because it's the 15th. 'Tis the day.
What day?
I don't know. It's a week to go. I figured get on it.
10 days.
I bought all mine on Black Friday like a normal human.
I didn't know what I was doing.
As always, Christmas shopping took me about 15 minutes.
Same, to be fair.
Wow. I spent 2 hours in Manchester in the week.
Why did you leave the house to do it, Peb?
Because I had to go to work in the
morning.
morning.
Is your internet down?
No, what I do generally is I just go around and ask everyone what voucher that they want, so I just go and buy gift vouchers for everybody.
You know you can get them on the internet as well.
No, not the way I do it.
You can.
You steal them. Barges through, grabs a handful.
Yeah. I'm absolutely certain you could get them on the internet quicker and cheaper.
Trust me, not these ones. Not these ones.
What are you getting? Drugs vouchers?
No. It's written on a piece of paper. No.
Yeah.
I went to a shoe shop in Manchester, and my sister wanted a certain voucher, and they had to put them on with an iPad, and then it didn't
very
work.
extravagant shoes.
It was weird. They had to put the gift vouchers through on an iPad, and then one of them didn't go through, so they had to ring customer support. Customer support sorted it. She checked the balance on it. It didn't work. So she had to try it. She had to ring them back up again. I was in one shop for half an hour, just trying to get gift vouchers. In a shoe shop as well. Whew.
You know you can get the equivalent of gift vouchers just out of the cash machine and put them in a card.
Yeah, no, but I'm already in town, and
only because you went there to do this.
No. I was at work. I worked in the morning and then went into
okay.
So did you guys see that Humble Bundle now do a free game every week or so?
Every day.
No.
I've got Company of Heroes 2.
Company of Heroes 2, yeah.
Got enough room on my damn laptop to try it out, which is gutting because Company of Heroes is quite good, isn't it? And I got XCOM, which one? Declassified, the Bureau. Which that one's... But no, I was quite happy with that. I keep getting emails from every now and again just saying, come on in, look at the stuff, buy the games. They have some cack-looking indie games on there. I mean, things that pass for indie games these days seem to be really basic. That they're chucking some freebies on there.
There are 8 Humble Bundles going on at the moment.
Yeah, there is.
I remember the days when I used to buy all of them just because I thought it was a cool idea, but now they've ruined it. 8
There's some sort of book one about how to and stuff. There's Manga Gamer and Friends. You're into manga gaming, aren't you, Kev?
Well, yeah, basically that's all I'm interested in.
Vegas Pro.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that one just to see if Vegas Pro actually comes with it, and it looks like it does. And loads of stuff. I mean,
like 15 quid for.
I already have Final Cut Pro and Premiere Pro. I might do the hat trick of editing software Because you can never have too many pieces of editing software.
You've got that video cleaning lab that people could finally hear me with my, posh accent rather than whatever the microphone does to me.
Oh, the Codemasters Racing Games bundle.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Is that a new one?
Yeah, there's 20 games in it, but it's basically the last 19 F1 games and grid, by the looks of it.
A lot of Dirt 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's less interesting now. So, have we played any video games this week?
Do you want to hear about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds then? Seeing as you've been tempted by
should I buy it?
No.
Good. Move on.
No.
Movies then. Oh, is there more to this review?
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff to this. This is very much a game preview game. Like, is it the preview program or whatever?
It does say game preview edition on the front of the box.
It is incredibly game preview.
Interestingly, it's currently out of stock on Amazon.
I imagine it is because it's probably quite popular because people have been clambering for it for ages, and console players, because it's like the biggest thing on PC and people are raving about it.
But surely it's just a code in a box, isn't it? There's not actually a disc in there, is there?
Oh yeah, it's just a code in a box.
So how can it?
Because it's the physical copies, aren't they? They still sell them. What you confused at?
I don't know why Amazon don't just send a code in an envelope if they've run out of boxes.
Because the codes come in the box. The codes come in the box. They don't get the codes and then put them in the box for them.
No, but their code generator that does the machine,
Well, yeah, but that's Microsoft, isn't it? They don't sell code. They don't sell Xbox codes directly, do they? Amazon.
Yeah.
Do they?
Just not for this game, it seems.
Well, maybe they will. Maybe they'll just sell a code version of it, but they won't sell the physical code.
Maybe they're trying to maintain value by making it scarce.
I don't know. No, I don't know. But yeah, this is sort of like the game on PC, but it runs much worse. It's like the game itself at maximum will only ever run at 30 frames a second, which isn't a massive deal to me. It doesn't bother me, but it runs 60 on the PC. And it will drop to about 15 in places. It was like you're running in slow motion at times, but it's not deterred me. Yeah, but it's not really deterred me. I'm still kind of enjoying it. What I found is the control scheme is kind of bizarre because it's quite a complex game in moving and picking weapons and doing whatever and zeroing in and all these different buttons and whatever. You have loads of keys on a keyboard, don't you? So they've tried to make this work on a controller. And it's just a bit weird and a bit finicky in places. And I found it easier to play it in first-person mode. I don't know why, but it moves much smoother for me in first-person mode. Maybe I just need to play it more in third-person, which is what I use in... I wouldn't think using first-person on the PC, so I don't know why I've suddenly got into first-person on the Xbox, but... yeah, it's going to keep getting better. The more, the more it goes on. I mean, it's going to be out. What is it, on the 20th on the PC? The 1.0 release comes out on the PC on 20th. It's going to be well into next year by the time this comes out, like a final version on the Xbox, which hopefully they'll work on the optimizing it so it runs smoother and what have you. But I still kind of enjoy it. I just don't think it'd be up your street, Kev, if I'm honest with you. It's just no. I think it. I don't know. I might be wrong. It might just grab you. You know what I mean?
No, if I have to shoot stuff, I'm not really interested. Can I run around being a medic and building a house?
No, you can run around and not shoot anything. And you can occasionally, you will lose eventually, but you can get pretty close to the end without seeing anybody.
I mean, that sounds even more boring.
Yeah,
so I can either get shot in the head without seeing anybody, or I can just wander about and not see anybody and not do anything.
Pretty much.
I mean, this
pretty much
sounds worth 25 quid.
Yeah, well, that's it. I only paid 17 quid for mine.
It's similar to my napping in the garden simulator.
Yeah,
by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but it's a game you've got to participate in. I'm afraid. I think you can't just hide and get on with it, else you will be bored.
But I can't shoot straight, so if I participate, I'll die.
Yeah, you will, and I die as well, pretty much most of the time as well. But like I say, I resisted it for quite a while when it came out on PC, and then got into it, and it kind of just grabs you. There's something to it. Even though I'm not very good at it, there is something to it. There really is. And speaking of the PC one, I've played the new desert map on the PC. I downloaded the test servers. Test servers are put out the new map this week, which is like a desert town. And that's all right. That's not bad. It's nice to play in the same game in a different location, and it's got all, like I said, test servers running all like experimental stuff, like new icons, new HUDs, and user interfaces, and all this sort of thing, just to test things out for 1.0 release, I imagine, next week. And yeah, it's kind of cool. I like going around these, like, just exploring new areas, because I mean the game's been out since April time-ish, maybe. So what's that now? 8 months? 7-8 months?
It is.
And we've played closing in on 100 hours on one map.
There was only one map on this game.
Only one map, yeah.
The big map, though.
Yeah, it's a big old map. Yeah, it's a big old map, but there's still only one map on the game. There will be two upon release.
Wow.
Desert map. Desert one's a bit smaller. It's a bit more tight. It gets you into the action a bit quicker, I think. I think that's what they wanted, because I imagine a lot of people just sort of in the original app just sort of disappear into the sticks and just don't come back until right near the end. So they want you to get into the action a bit quicker, I think. And they put mantling in there now, so you can just vault through windows and stuff like that instead of just having to get through doors. You can just start bolting your way through windows if you need to, which is kind of fun. And yeah, that's probably as much as I can say on PUBG right now, because I've spoken about it to death really on here now. Because I still, like I say, I keep saying there is something to this game, but I don't quite know what it is. It's just quite addicting.
Why is the man on the cover wearing two belts?
Is he?
Mm.
Oh no, one's like a gun.
One of them's not attached to his trousers.
One's like a gun holster.
One of those. He's got loads of gun holsters on. He seems a little bit over encumbered to me.
No,
and I don't know why he keeps the tie on.
I think that's just his cat. That person, that avatar, is PlayerUnknown's avatar in the game, sort of thing. That is what he would. If you seek it, I don't think you can physically buy that outfit. So if you see that sort of character running around in the game,
try and pull his hat off.
Well, yeah, I'll just yank his tie, pull him by the tie, take it off him. So yeah, it's a good game, and I just enjoy playing it with friends and whenever you're playing in a group format. It's fun.
Interesting that you don't want me to get it then, Pab. Very interesting.
Just because
I like to play it with my friends. Kev, don't buy this game.
All right, by all means buy it, but when you come on slagging it off for next week, I'll be there saying,
I'm not even going to play it. Why would I be slagging it off?
Because you give it like going, it doesn't load up. It's really slow. Nothing happens. I fell out of a plane. True. Someone punched me in the head and I died. That was it. That's what it's going to be.
Can I get one of these little hats so it punches your head? Don't kill me.
You will get. You can. Yes, that's the thing. You have a looting phase and a shooting phase.
I'll be good at the looting phase.
Yeah, the looting phase. You've also got to the shooting phase is constant in the game. The looting phase is the start where you land in somewhere with nothing. So you've got to perform the looting phase while there's a possibility of a shooting phase.
What do you mean I'm landing with nothing? Where am I before then?
It's like Hunger Games, isn't it?
Yeah, you're dropped in an air from a plane.
Why didn't I bring anything with me?
Because it's like you come off an island with nothing on you.
Why didn't they market this as like the Hunger Games?
Because there's already types of games like that. The culling is more like a Hunger Games one. It's got like a dome over it, and it's got like the shows the scores and high scores on the dome.
Does it go?
I don't know. I've never played the culling, so I don't know. But I've seen videos of it, so I've not heard the music. But yeah, it's a bit of a phenomenon this year.
Phenomenon.
Exactly.
What am I going to say?
I don't know.
You're going to tell us about all the games you've played this week.
No, you've wrecked me. I've got Kev syndrome.
What, you've suddenly got really handsome?
No, been playing Football Manager, and I thought I was good at it, and now I'm really bad at it. And yeah,
welcome to my little club. Did you start a YouTube channel during the part where you thought you were good at it, and then and then regretted it for 2 years?
No. As I already mentioned before, I decided to sink all my money into dubious investments in the hope that I can buy a better games console. But like I'm doing some sort of South Park episode. But anyway, yeah, I keep telling my team aggressively that they need to get better, and they keep reacting enthusiastically, and then I keep just drawing.
Perhaps they're not a very good team. Perhaps that's a good result for them.
Well, yeah, it probably is.
I don't understand the problem.
I don't want to again have Kev syndrome and just play the game for 8 seasons but stay in the same league. I'm mid-table in second season, and I'm used to just bouncing up the leagues because I'm so good at it.
That's not what Football Manager's like these days. It is comfortably by a million miles the hardest version of the game that's ever been released. The current version, it is so hard.
That makes you feel better then. Missed out on the promotion by minute goal, and in this season I'm 12th in the league, and every game it's like, no, we're the massive underdogs here, but I know right now I know you lot will be keen to avenge what happened when we played this team last. Go out there and express yourselves, which I assume means go and foul them lots and kick their heads in. I keep telling them to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it means.
Doesn't really work though.
No. But I'm 3 seasons in with Nuneaton and still struggling to get into the playoffs in the Conference North. It's so hard. So hard. Whereas with Bath, I did win the Conference South at the second time of asking, but that was in the same save where I'd almost got myself sacked by Alfreton the season before. So it was still 3 seasons of gameplay before I got promoted, but with 2 different teams.
I've just aggressively said to my only striker, I want you to go out there and grab some goals. So I assume that's how I'd sound aggressively. So that didn't work.
It's just a really hard game, and it's awesome. It's added lots of longevity to it.
In old years, if I was doing this badly, I'd have probably just the window and blamed you. But I'm genuinely enjoying it. I just wish I was better at it. But like you say, it's just hard.
It's more of a puzzle now because there will be a right answer for what you're supposed to do at the moment, but it won't be a permanent right answer. When you figure it out, it'll work for a certain amount of time, and then something will go wrong, and you'll have to change something else again.
It's January, and I haven't switched from a 4-3-3 formation narrow since the season before, so I figured everyone probably knows what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, the opposition do learn what you're up to.
Yeah, so I switched. Bourne Borough, thinking, oh my god, there's 5 people in the midfield.
Here's some spoilers for next week on my non-league to legend series, but I'm experimenting with a 3-1-4-2 at the moment. Never used that in my life. But that's how desperate we're getting. I've realised that my big weakness of my squad is fullbacks. So rather than I can't sign anymore because there's no money. So all right, we just won't use him then. We're having proper attacking wingers in front of a back 3, and I'll put a defensive midfielder in, and that's my solution to the problem. So it's.
I'm taking your tactic of getting rid of wingers. I think today's the first time I played wingers in about a season.
See, I'm enjoying wingers a bit this year. With Nuneaton, I'm not. I'm sticking true to my no wingers with them. But with Bath, wingers are the route to success. Which, again, means it's brilliant because in previous versions of Football Manager, there would be one killer tactic that you could just plug it into whatever team you were playing with and it would work. Whereas now, you actually have to work out what you've got in your squad and build a tactic for them. And then when you sign new players and ruin it because you don't look at the attributes properly, you have to change it all again. Some people might sign players specific to their tactic. That sounds like a lot of hassle.
I've been trying to do that, but my director of football's rubbish. Let's get off this anyway, because I was going to just avoid it. I have genuinely sunk so much time into it this week. Just become Kev 2.0, talking about it every week because people will just get bored.
Okay.
TV stuff.
You wish you would have Kev 2.0. Maybe Kev 0.2 would be more accurate.
What? I was there before you.
As in, you're not quite up to version 1 yet. You're an early build, but we scrapped that one when we did the proper version for version 1. Anyway, Pav, what have you been playing? It was about time you contributed to this gaming podcast, Pav, for goodness sake.
I bought Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, that was a bit of a mistake, wasn't it?
I've played maybe an hour or so. No boats yet. You'll be pleased to know there is no boats in at least the first hour.
Sounds like you're in the wrong part of the desert.
Yeah, I don't know. I started off.
Maybe he was in denial.
Oh, well done, Sheepdog.
That was excellent.
Yeah. You start off and it throws you into a battle immediately. You start the game off in an actual fight with someone just to give you the battle mechanics. It's all different now. So you've got light and heavy attacks on right bumper and right trigger. You've got a dodge mechanic on X or square, whichever it is. I'm playing it on Xbox, so yeah, it'd be X. And it has a sort of Dark Souls vibe to it. The way it controls, it's not as punishing or as difficult as Dark Souls, but the way that the way you do the fighting mechanics, it feels a bit Dark Soulsy, a little bit, maybe even a little bit Witcher, which doesn't surprise me because a lot of people have said it. I mean, that's what they're taking inspiration from, a lot of Witcher stuff. So yeah, there doesn't appear to be like a sprint button at the minute either. You seem to just run all the time, and A's like you climb button. You just climb up things and jump things and what have you. So I've done pretty much just the tutorial stuff, and it's thrown me into like the little starting town that it is, and then it shows you like all these. There's a lot of stuff in it. There is a lot of stuff in this game. I know Anna's talked about it a bit, and I didn't quite grasp it when we were at. We were at Comic-Con when we were watching Anna play it, and there is so much stuff in it. There is a lot of loot in this, loot and items, and like Diablo, when you're constantly going, oh, here we go, I pick up a new sword. Here we go. I'm going to need to change your weapons. Oh, I've got a new helmet. Got a new whatever. Got to do this, do that. Change it over. And wherever, just looking, you get loot, and you just go, oh, I've got to look now. I've got to stop, pause the game. I've got to check through the menus and see what weapon I've got. Oh, it's a purple one. Oh, I've got to equip the purple one. Yeah, of course, always equip the purple.
You don't feel like loot is getting a bit like. It's
careful what you say, because Anna will hear about this and she will be upset if you did loot.
It's not
same thing. You're just chasing.
Yeah, but it's done in a way that it's not been done in an Assassin's Creed game, so it's quite novel at the minute. Early on as well, Sheepdog. So by hour 10, 20, I might be sick and tired of it and just stick to the same weapons all the time. But the fact that you keep going, there's just a constant chasing a progression sort of thing of like, oh, if I go and do this mission or whatever, I could get some new gear from it and be more powerful. Then why wouldn't you do that?
The thing that really alarms me about this game is that it takes 3 hours to get to the starting credits.
See, yeah, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because have you seen the map in this game?
No,
my daughter's the starting credits are stored on the map.
Sorry, no,
he won't be anywhere near the starting credits yet if it's only done an hour.
Yeah, it starts you off in this little town, and it reminded me of like Witcher starts you off in a little town, like is basically the tutorial town, and it feels like that in this. There's it's a small town. And someone said to me, just go on your map and then just pan right out on the map. And it's this little town in this massive world. It's huge. There is about at least 10 to 15 different massive cities in this place. It is absolutely ginormous, this game. And I'm just in this little tiny town. somewhere, just getting on with there's umpteen quests to find, to do and what have you. And it's just there. I imagine that's what the 3 hours are there for, just to get you into the mechanics, the quest systems, the working out how the AI work and doing what have you. So I'm not put off by the fact that you probably have to play 3 hours to get to the opening credits, because I imagine once you've passed them opening credits, I imagine it moves at some pace, because that opening bit is just to get you into the game sort of thing. So like I say, I'm intrigued, and also this game looks damned amazing. It is on the Xbox One X on the 4K TV. It is stunning. It is genuinely like, whoa. This is like Horizon Zero Dawn stunning. And you saw that being played, it's just wow.
See, I played this on an Xbox One X at the convention thing, and I don't know if I'm just getting to the point where, because I have dodgy eyes anyway, or is it because I'm old and just don't care anymore? But I'm looking at this thinking, people are saying it looks great. If you told me it was running on Xbox 360, I'd probably believe you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it all feels very Emperor's New Clothesy to me.
I mean,
all
it
this
depends what you do in it as
4K
well.
stuff. When it's TV shows or movies, I can see it. I see 4K. Yeah. With video games, I feel a little bit like people make a big deal about it, but don't really know what I'm supposed to be seeing.
For me, it's just
depends on the scene.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. As I say, because
when you look a bit cack.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Yeah, I mean,
if you fired up Journey in 4K, you'd notice.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's about the vistas and the scenery, and
all I know is I plugged my laptop into the TV and Football Manager looks the same in 4K.
Yeah, it bloody doesn't. That writing has never looked smoother.
So yeah, I will continue to play. I mean, I went to one of the question marks immediately, pretty much in this little town, and you go to question marks to get XP to do the levels, because the quests immediately kind of say to you, this quest is too high for you. I'm level 2, I think, and the quests they want me to do are level 3. So someone said, just go do the question marks. You get loads of XP from doing it really quick. There's like 4 or 5 in the town. So I went to one, killed one fella and took a chest. I was like, right, okay, this seems straightforward. Went to the second one. The guys in there are level 4. I was like, oh, god damn it, I'm getting battered by these guys. And I was like, nope, that's me done in that cave. So my quest now is to get a high enough level just to go and start beating these guys in caves and getting on with the actual main quest, because that's what I want to do. I want to get to the opening credits.
One
day, hopefully before Christmas, I'll get to the opening credits. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably have more to say on it when I actually get more into it, and I know.
You can really describe those credits for us in a few weeks.
Yeah, well, I'll take a video for you.
I probably don't go that far in the game without knowing who made it and who the voice actors are, and it's just not good enough.
Well, I'll report back in a week or so.
Tactic if they'd had a witty sidekick that had a really voice, but you just weren't sure who it was, and they'd kept it a major secret, and then when you got there, you found out it was Joe Pasquale.
The real letdown for him as well is that both of us have already seen the beginning credits, because when we went down to Comic-Con in London and Anna spent all day in the flat playing this while me and Pab went out all day, just as we got back on Saturday afternoon, she was just hitting the starting credits. So we have both sat and watched these credits already.
Yep.
They're good?
They were good credits.
Seemed all right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth the 3-hour wait.
It's Walking Dead.
No.
Who said Walking Dead what?
Have you watched this week's Walking Dead?
I haven't watched the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, don't watch it anymore. I've given up on it.
I think I probably have. I will watch them eventually. It's a struggle to persuade Anna to, but again, in this time off I've got over the next couple of weeks, I'll get them watched just to catch up.
I mean, the mid-season finale is where you'll basically reach. You will. It's a shame you haven't seen it, so we can't talk about it properly.
Well, I will endeavour to see it before next week, so we can talk about it then. Give everyone else a chance to catch up as well. But at the moment, I'm just indifferent to it. I'm bored of it. Yeah. If it's actually going to upset me, I'd quite like that. Would be a nice, refreshing change.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm not upset in so there are genuinely people for the bloke who makes the shows at the moment to be sacked and for changes to be made to the story, even though they know damn well the show's already been filmed. And I'm not part of that. I'm not saying that I'm some mad fanboy / fangirl who's just losing a rag over it.
You did just post a quick clip of you crying after it came out on Monday.
I wrote a very stern blog post. I'll tell you that. But like, again, I'm not going to do any spoilers. Most recent episode, there were just points in it where they were doing these really irritating, look, we've got a producer who's directing this, and we've edited the cameras so that we zoom in on like a person's face and then another person's face, and it's playing some angry music, and we basically let The Apprentice out of these cage for a day to just do arty farty fancy stuff, and it was just like, it's not fancy at all. It's just lame filler. It's irritating. Everything just felt really manufactured, and then they kind of dropped a cliffhanger that, again, just felt so manufactured and laboured, and I kind of just said to my wife, I'm done. This is ridiculous. They can't write. They're no good. They don't know how to make a TV show. And as I put in my blog post, I feel like they've basically ruined the show from the outset. Really, they've killed it. This is just the long tale of the mistakes they made in season 1. Just have killed it now for me, and there's no way to really fix it. So I think I don't feel the same. I think you'll be more upset than I am, but we'll see.
I am an emotional man, so there's a good chance I'm very upset. But as long as they don't bring zombies into it or something, that's when you know a show's really dark.
Well, there are zombies in it.
Oh, for goodness sake! Was that our cue that we've moved on from games then?
Yeah,
talking about that.
I just figured I wanted to get it off my chest. I've been waiting to see if you'd. I don't think there's been anything else on this week other than Walking Dead. It's been really nice coming home from work and not having to sit through Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and
you don't have to come home and watch these shows.
Well, the thing is, again, I wrote about these. After me ranting about how terrible it all was, they had 2 or 3 weeks in a row where every episode was absolutely awesome. And I think I said last week that Claire said to me, they've got to be just saving their money for the end half, and it seems like that's what they were doing. They've just saved all their money for the last 3 episodes of this part and then next half of the season. But it has just been nice coming home with nothing to do except sit and play Football Manager, and we watched The Force Awakens again just to prepare for seeing the new Star Wars film tomorrow.
Are you going? Excellent.
I am. Do you know what? I wasn't even particularly fussed that it was out, and then my mates were just talking about it, and I thought, I need to go see this tomorrow before anyone ruins it, because apparently it's really good. And you remember when John Terry turned out to be a racist and everybody started hating him, and I'd hated him for years, Kev?
What are you talking about?
Remember that? Do you remember that happening?
No, I don't remember that happening, oddly enough.
So I hated John Terry for like a decade, and everyone just laughed, and then he turned out to be a racist.
And where are you going with this?
Well, so I've got, it's contrived, but I'll get there. I've hated Holly Willoughby because I think she's a hideous human being, and she upset everyone in the Nerd Kingdom the other day because she was interviewing one of the main guys of the Star Wars film and dropped a major spoiler in conversation with him, and apparently completely wrecked the film for anyone who happened to watch that or see any subsequent.
Awesome. I'm now a Holly Willoughby fan.
Well, I mean, I don't hate her any more than I already did because of that, because I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan, but I'm so delighted that so many more people absolutely hate her now. because she acted like she always does about everything, extremely false and fake about, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Oh, when you know full well she did it on purpose because she's a vile human being. So, yeah.
That can't be the case. She's wonderful. I've been a big fan for a long time.
She's hideous. Hates the poor.
I see that. I'm drawing a lot of nerd hate on the vlog this week. I've stepped up the pace with the Star Trek stuff this week, and
but I was thinking maybe this is tiring out now. People are surely just ignoring this.
Oh no! When I did it. I've done it twice this week so far, and both times, it's making people angry.
What exactly do you do?
Anytime I see anything from Star Wars, I point at it and go, "That's your fella from Star Trek." And then just walk off. And that's it. It's a little 3-second thing. And every time, people get so angry with me about it. It's amazing. It's one of my favourite things about the internet.
I did say to one of my mates, I'm the biggest Trekkie in this group when they were all talking about something or other with it. And they didn't buy it anywhere near as much as I wanted them to.
Just keep doing it over and over again for a year. And see if that makes them do it. That, in my experience, the more often I do it, the angrier people get about it. Kev, will you not learn? That's Star Wars.
Oh. Really? People are biting that.
The response is always, never heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of Star Trek.
Yeah. So, is that the...
I did the line that
crossover?
I did. No, one of my other ones is it's either I've never heard of it or is that the one with Spock? And it's fun. Trolling people is my favourite.
Good.
Right, is there any more movies and TV things that we should be talking about?
What have I watched? I've started watching season 21 of South Park, Sheepdog. I watched the first episode with the Alexas and the what have you, and the white people renovating houses. It's good. It continues to be amusing, and I like that they're just going on with this story arc. It's not like it used to be where it just be a different story every episode. There's like a world to it now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Over the recent seasons, everything is like canon in the world now.
So I like that. They acknowledge everything now. I wish the Simpsons would do that. I wish they'd confused because they're doing that. The world is moving on in South Park, yet they've never left the 4th grade, as far as I'm aware.
No, they did. They moved to the 5th grade, didn't they? At some point because they made a big deal about it. And
the same teacher, though, isn't it? No, it can't be.
Yeah, you just swapped. No, they had a different teacher for a little bit, and then
it can't be the same teacher because he's the president.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm going to carry on watching season 21 now. I don't know if it's finished now. Season 21, I must have done.
No, it's just mid-season finale.
Mid-season break, right.
I don't even know whether it has finished. I think it's finished for the mid-season.
Right.
But it must have done. They had a whole thing with Cartman's girlfriend.
Yeah, that seems to be the weird one. I don't quite understand what's going on with that at the minute.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm kind of like, I don't really get where this is going.
No.
Expecting them to do something really, really drastic, but
yeah, I think so as well.
I actually preferred it. I found it more funny when he was anti-Cartman and absolutely in love and everything was amazing and all this, but now he's suddenly turned into he's just horrible. It's we've seen that. We had 20 years of that. Like, I quite enjoyed the fact that he was so pathetic and was just like, all of his mates are trying to just be themselves and he's trying to be like, oh, I love you, and all of this.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I mean, I do like, I mean, it's just, like, the thing, the whole stuff with Randy and the renovating houses stuff, and then the townsfolk don't like the Alexas, do they? They all say they're taking the jobs again.
It took our jobs.
Yeah, and so they give them all the jobs of Alexa, take all the Alexas away, and make them into Alexas.
You know, I'd forgotten some of that, but yeah, just having the guy standing in their room to tell them what the weather's going to be like tomorrow.
Yeah. He says play this song, and he just gets the guitar and just starts singing one of the songs. Oh, that was good. It's a funny episode, and
people haven't seen South Park since they were at secondary school and like only remember it at season 5 and 6. They should do what you did and just kind of start from about 19 onwards.
I only remember season 1, and I didn't make it through all of that.
Anything. I know this. Some people have said this. Anything without you need to start watching for when Butters comes into it.
Yeah,
that's when it starts getting good.
It's weird. Like it's when they stopped killing Kenny every episode, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it was weird. They brought Butters in. They stopped killing Kenny. Bosh, great show. Every now and again, they do the odd fart joke, and I think, for crying out loud, like you stopped doing that 15 years ago. Don't do that again. But I guess they just like them.
I mean, I got back into it. Season 10 is when I got back into it when they did the Warcraft episode, because I was just fascinated by it.
There's that episode and the Bat Dad episode I watched with my mates, and that's when I got back into it.
Yeah, and then I've pretty much got up to about season 14, and I fell off again. And I watched the console war episodes, which was about season 17-ish, and I've just started again from 19, just like going with it now because I want to be up to date with stuff for when I play the game. So,
have you seen? This is a bit random, but again, it links. Disney have bought Fox, or they've nearly finished that whole buying thing, which means they're going to own X-Men, which is obviously great. Yeah. But they're also going to own The Simpsons, I believe.
Yes.
And
21st Century Fox.
Interesting that was going to end at around 30, but I don't see any way in hell that'll be allowed to finish now that Disney own it. Surely we're about to see Springfield built at Disneyland, which would be amazing. And
they've already got one at Universal, haven't they? So
all right, Pam. But will they own Universal as well? Is that Fox?
No, Universal. No. It's Universal, its own thing. But before Disney bought Marvel, Marvel and still does to this day has rides in the Universal parks, because they just bought a license to these Marvel characters for in their park, and Disney are basically allowing them to do it. I don't know if there's something in there that allows them to do it, and Disney can't do anything about it. But it's so they'll have,
if they pay a bit of money.
Universal is basically turning into Disneyland with all the Marvel and Simpsons stuff in there.
But yeah, I'm just sort of thinking that would be awesome. If that means they start pumping money into it, everything else that they've bought has seen an upshot in quality. I mean, Marvel was already decent, and they've just made it even better. The Star Wars films, well, the last one was awesome, so I'm hoping that tomorrow's one will be great as well, because God knows the 3 before it were terrible, and the other 3 were just okay films. Do you know what I mean? They're people look back at them and think they're amazing. I'm not trying to do a Kev and piss people off.
Live long and prosper.
But it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you put it on. I've enjoyed watching it, but I'm not now going to go out and spend my life savings on toys. It hasn't changed my life. I'm not...
Whoa! They have merch. I'm in. If I can buy toys for this, how do I get into this?
Hey, you can buy every toy imaginable.
I love the toys.
You love the Captain Kirk toys.
Yeah, I'll buy some toys. I want one of those glow sticks. Where'd you get them from?
You can get, mate, you can get toys for all the characters. Harry Potter's in there, they're all characters in the Star Wars universe.
Can I get Doctor Who's magic wand?
Yeah, you can get the Sonic sword or whatever it's called.
Amazing. I'm in. Have they announced an Avengers versus X-Men movie yet? That's all I care about from this Fox thing.
Got to be like the thing that Marvel would be ruining themselves if they went straight into that. They've got to do.
Yeah, they've got to re-establish.
Or something like that.
Yeah, they've got
X-Men Assemble.
They'll recast it all.
Hopefully, we'll have X-23 as Wolverine. Do it that way.
They won't do, because that'd be insane not to have.
It would be more insane to cast someone who's not Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, who's not a girl.
He was there the other day saying, I don't know where there was. It was in the papers the other day saying, every time he watched an Avengers film, which blows my mind a little bit, thinking of Hugh Jackman in a cinema watching an Avengers film. He said he'd just sit there and think the Hulk punching him in the head, getting involved in the witty banter, and he was like, I'll never get to do it because I'm too old now. And he just said someone else is going to have to play that Wolverine. So I kind of think you're right that they should perhaps skip ahead a bit, but I don't know. They could probably do just recasting the whole lot and trying to start a new.
Yeah, I think they will.
But I also think it's going to be really bizarre. I mean, what might almost do them a bit of a favour is if they just let all the existing Avengers take a slight backseat, have them still alive and there and everything, but bring in big films about these X-Men, and then, like you say, do a big crossover, but just have them all as characters in the world. Keep having Robert Downey Jr. appear. I think he'll just appear every now and again, because it'd be mad the amount of money he can make just for appearing in bits and pieces of certain films. It'd be mad to let them kill him off.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a gravy train, isn't it? Just money for nothing, basically.
It's one thing I know about him.
Yeah. Yep.
Calling him the gravy man.
I don't know that that's true. Any more TV or movie stuff? Or is it comic time? Comic time, yeah. I've been reading some comics. Right, we need to publish a correction. This should have been at the top of the show. I did alert you both about it via Twitter.
You did.
Giant Days, which for several weeks Sheepdog has been telling us is at the end of year 3 in the future where he lives. I've now caught up. They're at the end of year 2. And
really?
the Giant Days holiday special that we talked about last week, and both warned you not to read if you're not up to date.
Yeah.
It's not only completely unrelated and standalone, it's also set in the past.
All right.
So it's completely unrelated. You can just go read it. It's it doesn't even make it clear whether it's in year 1, year 2. It doesn't really matter. It's just a story that happened at Christmas, and
surely it matters by what characters are in it, doesn't it?
It's just the 3 of them. They're not in Sheffield.
Right.
So it's just the 3 of them. So you don't know if they're living together yet. You don't know who else is about. It's just the 3 of them going off and doing something during the Christmas holiday from uni. It's a different artist, so it's still in that kind of style, but it's noticeably different. So that took a moment to get used to.
Yeah,
it's the story's as strong as ever, and fully up to date with Giant Days now. It's still one of the best things being published in any art form. It's just excellent.
Are you just at the Christmas special, the last one you've read? Because I think I haven't read that yet. I read the one before with the landlord, and
I'm completely up to date. So I've read the landlord one and I've read the Christmas special.
I think that's why I thought they were at the end of year 3, because they were talking about sort of moving out of that house, and I was trying to think of it like, well, uni, and why would you move out of your house in the second year? But actually, it's because it's a festering mess, isn't it? So they're starting the 3rd year, aren't they?
Yeah.
Crack-a-lack-him.
I think you might have missed 1 or 2. If you've read the landlord one, but you don't know why they're moving out of that house, I think you need to go back and pick up the ones you've missed, because the whole storyline for the last 3 or 4 issues was why they were leaving that house.
A, it's riddled with bugs, and B, it's they've all got love.
Yes, that disease, love. They've all got it. They've contracted love.
The fact that I find it quite laughable that we're both men in their 30s, and we're rather enjoying this story about 3 19-year-old girls.
I think one of them's 20 now.
Yeah, but it's still not right. If this was a TV show, they'd be aiming it at 17-year-old girls, and that's why it would fail as a TV show, because they would aim it at 17-year-old girls. They'd say things like #feminism, and whereas it's such a perfect comic.
It is the poib. I'm up to date with that. What else am I up to date with now? finished Stray Bullets last week, hadn't I? The other thing I'm reading is Ringside, which I read volume 1 of before. It's the comic about wrestling, but not WWE wrestling. It's what wrestling's like behind the scenes. I read volume 1 ages ago, and I picked volume 2 up in the Comixology Black Friday. Absolute madness. I went on my first pass through the Black Friday thing on Comixology.
Yeah,
I had about £300 of comics in my basket, and because I just thought, right, first pass through, I'm just going to add everything that I like the look of, and then I went back through and removed almost everything, but kept this one in because I enjoyed volume 1, and I've not finished volume 2 yet, so expect a full and detailed review next week. But
sorry, that laughing in the background is because my wife gave me a drink to try, and it was revolting, and I've just been But so what did you buy then? Sorry,
Ringside Volume 2.
Ringside. Oh yeah, no, I heard that bit. I thought I disrupted more.
No, I was talking about my Black Friday experience on Comixology, because if you missed this, it was pretty much everything. All the trades on there were $2.99 from all the publishers, and it was absolute madness, carnage.
I avoided it because I've got about 20 books to read at the moment, and it's like, come on. And then I keep getting virtual editions of stuff because I like reading on my iPad. So it's like, even 20p stuff, 20p, £2 stuff. I just like, no.
Well, I was yes, and then realised I couldn't buy it all and had to put some back. It was the happiest hour of my life, followed by the saddest 3 hours of my life. It was Comixology Black Friday.
Have you not applied for one of those Amazon credit cards yet?
What's that? What is that a thing? Can I do that?
Every time I go on there and I fill up a cart, it says this cart will cost you. Got an Amazon credit card, it would cost you £250 because we'd subsidise it to get you into the debt cycle with us.
Oh, I do like a debt cycle.
Yeah. I mean, I was explaining to somebody I work with that's just what life's like. Once you get past 25, you just ways to pay off bigger amounts of debt. When you die, it's all written off. My wife just gave me a thumbs up to say she agrees. It's nice. Yes, it's much better with that. Yeah. It was.
What have you two been reading, you rascals?
I was just going to tell you what drink I'd got.
No one cares what you're drinking, Sheepdog. It was something strong, probably. Something alcoholic.
Yeah, a chocolate vodka, and it was disgusting. She poured appetizer in it, and apparently that's a toffee apple, and it does taste better.
Oh.
What a weird life you lead.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the best life. As I say, just cycling through debt always. That's why I've got involved in the old coins.
Where do you think your life went wrong where you felt the need to put alcohol in chocolate on a Friday evening whilst talking into a microphone?
I didn't ask for this one. I was happily drinking and whatever the other drink I was drinking was, and then this one appeared. I think my life's going pretty well, thank you very much. It's all balancing on a knife edge.
So what have you been reading, Sheepdog?
Alcohol labels, by the sound of it. A cocktail mixing book.
Superman has been trying to stop Krypton from being destroyed. He used the Flash's cosmic treadmill and went.
Did he not talk to the Flash before trying this about why you shouldn't mess with things like this?
Well, Booster, what's his face from the future, came back to try and stop him from doing it because he sensed that it was going to cause issues. But he arrived 1 second after Superman had done it, and then the Flash came in and had a bit of a fight about it all. And now they're going to try and save Superman, but equally, as I say, he's back there. Superman didn't run the idea by him first.
If this leads to Superpoint and the New 53, I'm done.
It was really interesting because he was talking to Green Lantern about it's all a bit convoluted and mad. Like someone's claiming to be Jor-El and claiming that just as Krypton exploded, he got like beamed out of the planet. So Superman wanted to try and run. I don't really understand how there was a live action video of this happening, but Green Lantern had one, and there was an anomaly in the video. A cosmic video or whatever it was called, and so Superman decided, I'm going to go back in time and I'm going to look at it myself. And it's all just kind of kicking off from there. I mean, I'd be bloody surprised if they went and did the new 53. That would be a little bit ridiculous. Because, as you probably already know from me talking about Dark Metal, and somebody made the point in Dark Metal that there's only 52 places in the multiverse, and the response to that was, on the top side, on the underneath of that is the Dark Multiverse. 106, wouldn't it, Kev?
What?
That's what Dark Metal's all about. There's an underneath multiverse, the Dark Multiverse, that's got another 52 that are all dark.
I think
versions.
our question was more about how you got 252s to equal 106.
Oh, sorry, no. Well,
that was what we were most confused about.
Let me explain. There's a bottle of Bulmers. There was a raspberry gin and appetizer, and now it's the chocolate stuff with the appetizer in it. Appetizer's a bloody good mixer. Anyway, yeah, I can't remember the numbers. 104. I think I was counting your third as well. I think that's what I was doing. So I imagine it'd be one at each end. Otherwise, it'd be a completely flat surface. I'm assuming it's like a weird, really, really long rectangle.
And now it makes sense.
There you go. There's like the neutral verse.
Yeah, I feel like an idiot now.
I reckon that would be the perfect side of it all. We live in the boring one that just runs through the middle of it, and we just read it all from our comics in our ivory towers.
Indeed.
Cracked it.
Do you want to know what I've read?
Love to.
Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I've read this year's DC Holiday Special, which is this year's Christmas annual, basically. And it's good. It's good. I like the annuals. I do. I get into annuals at this time of year just because they're not massive reads. Sorry?
That's when they're out.
Yeah, I know. Well, not always. Yeah, I just like the little like snippet stories. They're not massive. They're like, what, the most 5 or 6 pages each. And it's just nice little stories. Just
you like the achievement of finishing them, don't you? They're 5 or 6 pages each. I've read 7 stories.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got all the different people in it. What's it called? Jeff Lemire, Tom King, Greg Rucka, and umpteen other people. But is there someone you know? Is there anyone in the DC universe called Sergeant Rock? I don't know.
I'm familiar with.
No. There is a whole story. Tom King writes a story in it. It's a World War II story, and it's.
I mean, there is like a load of really old heroes.
It could be that then. It could well be that.
And back in the whole kind of story, so it could be one of them, couldn't he?
Yeah, it's just a really. There's some really dark stories in here, and some really grim ones, and some different stories as well. There's stories in it. There's a Deathstroke story in here. There's a Flash, Batman, Superman, Teen Titans. I don't really see much of Teen Titans. I'm not really into them. Are they good?
Genius.
Well, they should have been integral to the whole Rebirth thing. I mean, I've dropped off reading all of that, but they were huge when I stopped. Yeah. Or is that all just been dropped now?
I don't really know what's happening with the Rebirth story. It's all a little bit confusing. I don't know if it just fed straight into Doomsday or what. Because of the button.
Yeah. See, I don't know, because I fell off of it all. So.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, anyway. It's a nifty little read, this. DC Holiday Special. It's a nice little read just to flick through, and it's not like as if you're getting into some deep, meaningful story, big arcs going on or whatever. It's just nice little stories that you can just go, oh yeah, that was fun. Then I'll do that again with Giant Days next week, and also I've also bought the Wicked and Divine Christmas special as well. So
there's a Wicked and Divine Christmas special, is there?
Yeah.
Might have to get involved in that.
Yeah, I'm annoyed.
I don't remember how that ends. That they would allow for one. I can't.
I don't know. I'm not up to date with it. I'm only up to date in the in the trade, so I don't know how far more forward they are.
Do we have to warn you again, and then I have to go ahead and read and make sure it's safe for you?
You read it for me, and then and let me know.
Read it to you in his new range of bedtime.
I'm on Comixology now. I'll proofread it for you. Hold on. Wicked and Divine. Don't wait for me. Oh, it looks like wrapping paper.
Yeah, it does.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's why I bought a physics.
It's waiting for him to be like, do you know that so-and-so died? And we'll both be like, no.
It's funny because I went to I was off on Wednesday to go Christmas shopping. I went to the comic book shop. I bought 2 more books because I'm a maniac. And then I came back and then I got an email from Forbidden Planet saying, "Oh, is this week's new releases?" And I saw it and I was like really annoyed myself. Why didn't I look at the new releases things in the comic book shop? I just didn't look at it at all because I rarely go and look at new releases, single issues. And I really wish they had, because now I had to just order it off of Forbidden Planet and that'll come one day middle of next week on their second-class postal service, which is just stupid. Isn't it? So annoying that you order something and it takes a week to get here. It's bonkers that.
Just because you live so far north.
It's not. It shouldn't be that difficult, should it? Seriously, a little comic book. It should not take them a week to get here.
He has to go uphill. We established that.
Plus, they have to draw it first, Pab. Give them a chance. It's not like typing out a book when you order one of them.
It probably makes him draw it while riding uphill.
Yeah, I want it custom. So yeah, if you let me know whether that's
at least this one's more reasonably priced than the Giant Days one was. This is just normal comic book price. The Giant Days one, as much as I enjoyed it, it wasn't worth a £5 or $5.50 or whatever it was for digital. I don't know how much it was for the print edition.
I think it was $6.99 maybe.
But it's like a book and a half maybe in length, and I don't know. I can buy an Image first trade for that.
It feels better quality paper. I will say that.
But when I'm reading it on my iPad, Pab, all the paper feels good.
See, that's the thing. It shouldn't be that price on an iPad. It shouldn't be that price digitally. But I just realised.
How they make more profit.
Yeah, probably. Probably right.
But $5.49 the Giant Days one cost me.
More power to him. I'm quite happy to give him an extra couple of quid.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
It sounded like you did. Sound like you were bitching about it, mate.
I don't mind buying it. I resent it being as expensive as it was. Compared to the Wicked and the Divine one.
Well, anyway, let me know what it's like, and then I know whether to read it next week or not.
I reckon he can tell you what it's like in 2 words: Wicked and Divine.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know.
Right, are we done? Can I go back indoors? I forgot to put shoes on.
Really? You forgot to put shoes on?
Yeah, I'm out here with no shoes on, and my feet are pretty cold round about now.
Well, wrap it up then.
Folks, what you need to do now before you depart is head over to Twitter, or shortly after you depart, that's also okay. And if you have enjoyed the show, you should follow us on Twitter at MGUK Podcast, or me at Lelujo.
You can follow me at RB6K.
And you can follow me at Pap1986.
There's also a Facebook group at facebook.com/MatureGamerPodcast. Or if all that stuff that never gets updated doesn't appeal, just head to my website, lelujo.fm. That gets updated like 6 times a day with all these excellent videos that I produce. So,
and if you're into reading,
Grandad, if any granddads are listening on their wireless, you can read Sheepdog's blog.
Yeah.
Which is where?
Sheepdogrights.com.
And
1,000 views.
Good, Sheepdog.
Right,
well done.
go on.
And if there is any new listeners out there, bung us an iTunes review. Because
let us know if you prefer Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah, let's do that again. That was good.
6 years ago.
That was when we invented the iTunes review.
Yeah.
Right. See you next week, boys and girls.
Thanks for listening, folks.